Here are my new workers. This is actually 200 of them all standing in a single tile. They used to have a lot of bugs that made them run around like crazy, and it had a sort of nice organic feel to it. Now that I've streamlined how they pick their jobs, it's lost that. They just look robotic, which I suppose is good in the way that now the code is efficient and it's doing the right thing all the time. But as far as being interesting, it's not interesting, I'd say. So I'm going to be changing this, but before I change it, I just wanted to record it. I've also been increasing the size of the world. As you can probably see, you can now scroll around. It used to be 60 by 80 tiles. Now it's hundreds of times bigger. There's no real performance problem with that. And I've also been tweaking the pathfinding algorithm. Now that's actually gone quite well, because before, if you sent too many things to mine at once, the game would lag out and it would freeze for half second to a second. And in any case, it would miss a few frames, and if it was multiplayer, it would lag and other players would have to wait. Now they seem pretty content to do maybe 200 jobs each logical frame. You'll see the FPS is changing up here, but the logical frames are much slower than the frames that are being drawn. So until the FPS gets below 10, the simulation hasn't actually lagged. So none of this, even there where it dipped to 60, none of that was actually any lag. It was going real time, and nothing was delayed. That said, on a huge map like this, if I do tell them to go mine something, I don't know, 2,000 tiles away, it will choke pretty hard. So I don't know if that's something to solve so much as something to change, just not let them pick work that's miles and miles away. Let's see if they'll lag out. This is not too far. That was almost far enough to make it skip, but in any case, that's so far away, they're going to take ages to even get there. I'm going to be adding some new features pretty soon, because everything seems to be working pretty well. I'm going to change their behavior to hopefully make them less robotic. They move in unison and they're perfect and they mine very efficiently, but I think it's a little more amusing if they look like actual workers and have some different tendencies. So I'm going to be making all the work, or I guess I'm going to be making the algorithm that chooses work centric to the worker. They're going to look around, they're going to pick things that are near them, they're going to be less prone to pick things that are further away. They're going to perhaps skip work or not all behave in the same way. It's going to be a challenge to keep it a simulation that can be run multiplayer, but I think it'll be a lot better and a lot more appealing. Then I'm also going to put in some real features now that everything's pretty stable. Building, certainly coming up next. It's not going to be any kind of fancy building. It's basically going to be putting this dirt back down. And then I'm going to try and get some sort of evil AI in here for some conflict and work on the basics of combat. And at that point, maybe it'll almost be a game. I don't really know what kind of game I'm making, but I'm just really adding things to an engine one at a time. But I think after that, I'll be able to, it'll be clear what I can add to actually make it a mini game at that point. Well, thanks for watching.